So I own a title company named Concierge Title. I am also a real estate attorney, and I've been an attorney, I don't even want to tell you how long because you know how old I am, but trust me, a long time, decades. So I'm speaking to you with experience on both sides. I know what it's like as an attorney to deal with a title company that is not as cooperative as it should be, not on their game, so to speak, when I'm representing a party. And I also know what it's like to run an excellent title company, and I'm proud to do that, and that's Concierge Title. But there are other good title companies in the area. And so I need you to understand that everything I'm telling you should apply to the title company that you use. And if they're not providing you these assistants, then we need to make sure that you ask them to do so. This is my baby son, Jacob, who is not supposed to be in here because I'm on Facebook Live. So can you give me a moment to parent? Jacob, what's going on?
Can I go on the bike ride with him?
You can go on a bike ride with Evan. Make sure, I'll make sure and tell Heather that you're on the way.
Okay.
All right, so hopefully you guys will give me some grace for that and having to deal with kids and homeschooling just as much as I am. Okay, so first and foremost, what a good title company can and should do for you. Number one, they should help you get a listing. So you say to yourself, well, how can a title company help you get a listing? There's a couple of ways, and they're really important. And again, this is stuff you should and can be and should be getting from your title company. Prior to going on the listing appointment, reach out to your title company, and you can get what we call a net sheet. And that is, you'll be able to bring to closing a document that will show your listers what the closing costs are going to be, what the documentary stamp taxes are going to be at different price points that you're suggesting, what the lien search fees will be. So you'll be able to give them kind of a rough estimate as to their net proceeds. If you take it on your computer in an Excel spreadsheet, you can actually give them a darn close number, because we will give you, or any title company will give you, the formulas on how title insurance is calculated, how the documentary stamp taxes on the deed the seller's going to have to pay can be calculated. So you can get all that information. So when you go to get that listing, you're already on top of your game, looking way more together and with it than some of your competition that'll also try to be getting the same listing. Another thing you can do is rely on your title company to help you with some of your marketing expenses. So some of you may be unwittingly involved in some transactions that are maybe not on the up and up. So no title company is allowed to pay you for a closing, what's called a pay for play. You know, they can't send you a percentage of the title insurance or a flat fee. They can't pay you for sending a closing their way. And they can't do it even if they call it another name. So if they start up a company with you, and what you make is dependent entirely on what closings you send, that's not exactly legit. But there's lots of things you can do that is legit. And in the context of getting the listing, a title company is allowed to participate in any advertisement that you would like. So if you want to produce a really great looking piece of collateral material to take to them, and of course there's a cost associated with that, the title company can help you and share in that cost, as long as the title company is, of course, also marketed on that same document. So they can help you prepare listing presentations, help you prepare and pay for listing presentations that look great. The net sheet we've talked about. The other thing they can do, a good title company can do for you at the listing phase, is recommend to you, if legal issues come up, experienced real estate attorneys that can help. So if you're at a listing appointment and you have a question about how if it files in probate, and you have a question about how the listing agreement can be signed, any of that kind of thing, you should be able to reach out to your title company to get good referrals, and they're going to be able to frequently answer some of those questions for you. But when you need a real estate attorney, they know the real estate attorneys that can get deals closed and do the legal part to get the deal closed and get it done quickly. So demonstrating to your lister that you have that kind of connection and that you have the ability to get an attorney on the phone is very, very impressive. The other thing you can do at the listing phase with your title company, again, what a good title company can and should be doing for you, is doing the title work early. So if you get the listing, it's a great idea. If you are pretty comfortable with who your seller has chosen to use as their title company based on your recommendation or otherwise, reach out and ask for the title search at the listing stage. A lot of problems can be headed off at the pass, so to speak, headed off early if the title work is pulled early and everybody can get working on resolving those problems. Unfortunately, many people have a title problem and they don't know that they have a title problem until the title is pulled and they realize, oh, I didn't know that that home equity line actually attached as a mortgage, or oh, I didn't know that the IRS recorded a federal tax lien against my property. Most people don't know those kind of things. A lot of people don't know those kind of things. So getting that information to your lister early will impress your lister, making them more likely to keep the listing with you and then list again in their future transactions. Again, a way that your title company can help you show your value and your level of professionalism and accomplishment. A title company is also legally able to help you host brokers opens, open houses, any kind of marketing material. Again, we talked about that. As long as the title company can participate in those events so that the title company is also marketing itself, it's completely legitimate for those costs to be spent, and that can save you a lot of money. Or if you want to invest the same amount of money in your brokers open, but you bring in your title company and they also then invest the same amount of money and then are there to market themselves, you could end up with one heck of a beautiful spread of food or alcoholic beverages or whatever at basically half price for you. So that's something that your title company can and should be doing for you. I think one of the most important things that a good title company can do for a realtor is to make that realtor look good. So a good title company understands that they are an extension of the realtor's business who's at issue in the file. So if you recommend to your client that they use a title company and your client follows your recommendation, then the title company needs to understand that as so far as it's in the mind of your customer, you've recommended the title company, so they see that title company as an extension of you. So what that means is if there's a mess up, if the title company drops the ball, doesn't do what they're supposed to do, that's going to fall back on you for making the recommendation. But by the same token, a good title company is going to understand what I'm explaining to you, and they're going to realize that they really are part of your real estate team. And just like everybody else on your team, their job should be to make you look good and to take care of your customer as seamlessly as possible. Unfortunately, too often, title companies, sometimes you feel like they see you as the enemy, throwing up roadblocks, trying to blame things on you as a realtor. That's unacceptable. A good title company will know that their success can in large part depend on your own success and will do every single thing they can to make you successful. A good title company can provide educational opportunities that work for you at your schedule. So I know at my company and many other title companies, we can provide a lunch and what's called a lunch and learn. I'm sure many of you have been to those where a lunch is provided and a topic is presented. But a good title company will be flexible and do things like come and speak to your team alone at your meeting time, or take you out to lunch and explain, answer questions, or take a few of your agents out and have a question and answer time, or record videos that explain things and send them your way. So keeping you educated in the know on all the up and coming things that are happening is something that a good title company can and should be doing for you. And I think, finally, the follow-up at the end of the closing, the good title company will timely give your people the owner's policy they need if you represent the buyer, get documents recorded, take care of everything that needs to be taken care of. Unfortunately, title companies sometimes drop the ball at the end of the transaction. They get it closed and then kind of move on down the road. But a good title company understands that the transaction needs to be tied at the end with a nice shiny red bow, and that you're the one who's the star of the show and not the title company. A good title company will be flexible with you and your customers on how they need to sign documents. So maybe your seller needs to come in ahead of time and have their own appointment prior to the closing date. Maybe your seller needs an in-person closing. Maybe your seller needs an online closing. Maybe the buyer needs to come in at a different time. The idea is that the good title company will understand that their job is to serve you and the customer. They'll stay late when they need to stay late. Basically, they'll do what it takes to get the job done. And again, this is something you should be asking your title company to do for you. So I hope that you have found this information helpful. I hope that perhaps you've thought of some ideas that you hadn't thought of before, ways that you can reach out to your title company that you use and work with them to help your success. They should be glad to do that because, again, the more successful you are, to the extent you recommend them, the more successful they can be. So don't be afraid to ask. Do be afraid of getting in trouble by violating RESPA accidentally in these some kind of pay-for-play situations that we've talked about. But so don't do that, but do the things that you can do that are completely legitimate that I've just explained to you, these services that the title company can provide and the assistance in marketing that the title company can provide, and all the legitimate ways that a good title company can help not only service your business, but grow your business. So if you have any questions about anything I've talked about, as always, please feel free to give me a call. I can be reached on my cell at 352-217-7009 or at the office at 352-394-7408 or by email at Merideth, MERIDETH, .Nagel, Nagel, at mnagellaw, so that's MNAGELLAW.com. As always, if there's anything you need from me, please reach out, even if you just need some prayer. I've been doing a lot of that with people. We're going to get through this, and when we do, it's going to be great. And these are all things that you should be thinking positively about. So spend a little time thinking about how your title company can help you grow your practice, grow your business, and make you a success and make you the star of the transaction that you deserve to be. So again, reach out if you need me. It's good seeing you, and kill it today.